I would describe Mr. Owen as a generous giver, a mentor of mine in business, and just an all-around humble and great person.
Well, Lewis is a very warm person. He had a great sense of humor. He was a hard worker and a very caring and generous man who certainly thought more of others than he did himself.
I know he did a lot for his Catholic church. He loved his church. One group had a need for 7 vehicles for an African group who was going through areas of Africa where children could not see and they couldn't go to school because they just needed glasses. And these people were going for glasses and they asked for money for one truck. And Lewis said, well, how many do you need? And he said, well, we need 11 of them. He said, we will give you the money for the 11 trucks. And they said, well, what would you like to name them? He goes, let's name them all kind of the same. Name them Peaches 1, Peaches 2, Peaches 3, and you get my drift to the last one, Peaches 11.
When the junior achievement request was discussed in Family Foundation meetings, there was always an interest, there was always a sense that it was a very important organization, that it was giving young people an opportunity to understand and know more about the value of business. And so he always seemed to be particularly interested in that grant.
While Lewis was president of the company, of course, we provided people on the board. Myself, I was on the board for I think about 10 years at Junior Achievement. He also provided, I think at one time we had as high as 4 teachers that taught in the classrooms. Of course, every year we put funding in our Community Action Committee to help fund the needs of Junior Achievement, so we could give them some of the monies that they needed for their actions.
When he and Peaches decided that they wanted to do something special as an anniversary present to each other, and they decided the hospital would be the ideal thing. So that's truly selflessness.
It was very important to Lewis and to Peaches that their children and their grandchildren would be able to think about giving in their own lives, and they knew they needed to demonstrate that.
Well, he had a deep faith, and he honored God by what he did and how he treated people. And his impact will not be known till we get to heaven. There will be a lot of people that will give Lewis credit for their health or some aspect of their life that improved as a result of Lewis Owen.
You can't mention Lewis without mentioning Peaches. She's special to all of us, and I can tell you that behind every extraordinary man is a great peach. The rest of us just have great ladies behind us, but Lewis has a great peach.
Lewis Owen, I think, is the epitome of the unexpected philanthropist.
He was one of the greatest engineering minds I've ever been around.
He's a man that everyone would be better off if they were to copy him with his attitude and his commitment.
He was a giver. I don't think there's anything better than to be called a giver.
He was well-rounded and a super person.
He was a gentle spirit. He was humble, but just awesomely competent. And he used all of that. He was never about money. He was never a money chaser, but obviously was someone with that great talent, and eventually money came his way. And then what did he do? He shared it. Lewis Owen is the American dream.
And at the end of the day, no matter where you put him in the world, he's going to give freely of his time to help every situation get better. He's going to throw a little bit of Texas charm in there with it, and he's always going to be a perfect gentleman.